All right. Let's get it going on. Hello, my friends at Hurricane Music. I'm pulling up the feed right now. Here we go. Here I am. Let's get this set up. Awesome. Looking good. We'll wait for some people to get on here a little bit. Live now. Let's see. There it is. Hey guys, Jared James Nichols here. Greetings from Nashville, Tennessee. I hope everyone is doing great. My friends over at Hurricane Music. Thanks for having me, you guys. This is awesome. I haven't been to France at all this year. I cannot wait to come back. I cannot wait to come back to Hurricane Music to rock out with you guys again. Pascal, everyone over there. Hey, you guys. Today we're talking about something very special. This is my brand new Blackstar JJN20R. Let's hear how it sounds, shall we? Yeah! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hey everybody at Hurricane, thanks for tuning in. Jared James Nichols here, taking over Facebook Live, taking it over to show you something super cool. My brand new Blackstar JJN20R Combo. Guys, this thing rips. This is my second signature amp with Blackstar, and I'm so excited about it. The guys, they did such a great job on it. I just think it sounds amazing. Now, if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. If anyone has any questions, anything they want to hear out of the amp, anything, feel free to write it down. I have my phone right here for a monitor so I can see what everyone's writing. And just let me know anything you guys want to talk about. But today, I want to run you through this amp and talk about Hurricane Music and how awesome you guys are. And I was there actually, that would have been about a year ago now, I believe. yeah, about a year ago now, I was at Hurricane Music. I did a clinic for my first Blackstar JJN20, which was the 212 horizontal stack and head. And now just last Friday, not even a week ago, this guy came out right here. And I'm so proud of it, so excited about it. It's basically the combo version, chopped down, one single speaker, and like I said, it sounds awesome. Let's hear it. I love it. So guys, let me walk you through this a little bit, show you a little bit more about it. So cosmetically, as the first signature JJN20, it's the same. British racing green. It's got the old school vintage basket weave, which I love. It looks killer. And the first thing, my first thoughts about it, I've had this amp now since March 14th, 15th. And it's great because I've been home. I've been writing new songs, doing demos, doing these live streams, putting up videos on Facebook and Instagram, all this different stuff. And this amp is so good for that. It's so cool because although it's 20 watts, it has a lot of power that you could jam it in a band setting, or you can have it at home and not, you know, get the cops called on you. So the one cool feature about this amp, first off, that I'm going to talk about is the fact that it can go from 20 watts all the way to 2 watts. Now, I'm not sure if my phone will pick this up, but as you can see here, we'll have a... That's at the 20 watt setting. Now I'm going to hit that 2 watt. There's a switch. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that difference, but it's pretty drastic in this room. And it's great if you're at home and you just want the amp, you know, to be able to practice on. And then also have it when you're ready to go back out and jam with your band, jam and do gigs, any of that stuff. So guys, if anyone has any questions, anything, I got the feed right here. Bring it on up. I got it right here if you wanna ask anything. So check this out. Let's move it from channel 1 and start there. Now this amp has 2 channels and 2 voicings on each channel. So check it out, guys. Here is the front, the first voice of channel 1. Awesome, right? And now this amp has built-in reverb. So with this reverb, if I turn that all the way off, we have this. Or if I put that reverb halfway up, check this out, guys. Here we go, here we go. You can already hear there's a little bit on the verge of breakup. Which I love. Let's hear what that reverb sounds like all the way up. Pretty deep, right? It's awesome. So that's the first voicing on channel 1. Now, moving to channel 2, we have, here we go. It's a little bit more crunchy, a little bit more rockin'. I'm gonna put that reverb back at about halfway. You hear it's got a little bit more bite to it, right? This is as you start to get into more of that bluesy territory. It's getting a little more bluesy, right? Really good for, like, I call it like my free channel, which is that. Really nice. Also, what's cool about this section is you start to get more into that chicken picking around that. Yeah, sounds awesome. Guys, if anyone has any questions, anything they want to know, shoot it over. I can see what everyone's writing. Marshall says, already the signature JJN, signature Jared James Nichols is a slaughter. This one is going to be perfect for playing in the bedroom. Yes, brother, this is perfect. Like I said, I've been using this so much since I've been home. Every single day I've been plugging into it, and it hasn't let me down yet. And guys, I used to think about these combo amps as if it were smaller, you know, to the point where you would say to yourself, oh man, it's small, so it's going to sound small, which is not the case at all. This thing sounds huge. I was so surprised when I plugged it in how great it actually sounded. It's amazing because the cool part about this amp is, just like my original signature model with Blackstar, although we have one speaker in here, it's a very special speaker. It's a Celestion GT1275. Now, that's very technical, but basically what I'm saying with that is it's a very aggressive, and instead of the sound just traveling straight at you, it's wide open. So when I hit a note, let's say one note, in the room, I'm not sure if it's translating on the phone, but in the room you can feel it open up, which is killer. So that's a really good feature about this. Now, we just covered channel 1. If you're just joining us, hey everybody, Jared James Nichols here. Greetings from Nashville for Hurricane Music. Well, let's move on. So Blackstar, when we made this signature amp and my first one, they asked me, what do you need to have in an amp to make it your signature? And I said the biggest fact for me was I need to be able to plug in and not worry about it. To be able to plug in and just play. So the perfect thing happened. The Blues Power channel. Now with the Blues Power channel, I have everything low, mid, highs at 12 o'clock, the gain all the way up, and the volume on this channel all the way up. Another great factor with this amp is it has a master volume, so you can really control it for the volume. Let's hear that Blues Power channel. Yes, you guys, that is the Blues Power channel. This amp has EL84 tubes in it, so it's all tube amp, and you can really get that feel and that tone in your playing, which I love. Now guys, if anyone has any questions, anything you want to know, please feel free to send it over. Awesome! So now, moving on even further with this amplifier, is if you want to have more power, more sustain, more distortion, everything, you can go to voice 2 on the Blues Power channel, and it sounds like this. I'm going to turn the reverb up just a little. Reverb. Here it is. Sounds killer, right? Sounds awesome. Okay, I'm seeing some comments coming in. I hear, Romain, play AC/DC, please. Which one should I play? Or, you know, I love AC/DC. All right, who knows this riff? What riff is that? Who's got that one? Come on now. It's not that hard. Hey, everybody. Thanks. Oh, yeah. Hurricane Music, that combo is the real deal. Combo is the real deal, man. Yes. Pascal, hello, my brother. Thank you for having me, you guys. Big thanks to Hurricane Music for having me tonight for you guys to show off the brand new JJN20. This thing is awesome. It is awesome. Guys, I'm going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to grab, this was Old Red, my 1953 Gibson Les Paul Standard, which I love. This guitar, besides the red paint on the top of it, and the frets, and the nut, it is all original. And it is beautiful. This is a beautiful Les Paul. 1953. I'm going to switch it up, and I'm going to grab Old Glory. Now, I know Pascal knows this guitar. This came out last year right along with my JJN20 Blackstar 212 combo, and I love it. This is, as you can see, an Epiphone. This is the prototype that they had sent me. This is the one I played at Hurricane Music. I still play it. So on the back you have Grover tuners, one single P90 Seymour Duncan pickup, rat tail bridge, a volume, tone, and the blues power plate. And the blues power plate is everything. It's just like my amp. It's all put together. Everything else about it is just like a Les Paul Custom. Very thick, beefy neck, big frets. Otherwise simple. It's almost like Les Paul Jr. and Les Paul Custom. And I love this guitar. Rodrigo, great sound, man. Just got an ID Core 40. It's a killer. Blues it up. Yes, Rodrigo. Thank you, brother. Thanks for tuning in. Yes. GP Selmer. Aerosmith, he got it. Yes. Sweet Emotion. There was a Sweet Emotion riff. Guys, let's hear how Old Glory sounds through my new JJN20. Let's hear it. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds great, right? So right here I'm plugged into the blues power channel. I have the overdrive up, the volume up, but what's great about this amp is it's small, so it has a big tone, but in a small combo size. It's very easy for at home. I was in the studio right before lockdown to make a new song, Threw Me to the Wolves, and I recorded every single guitar part with this amp, which is pretty cool to say because I was able to get so many different tones, everything from a very plucky all the way to the biggest Very big. Okay, I see I got some comments coming in. Thank you guys for your comments. Let's see. Lee Cooper, lay down some Black Dog. That'll sound great on that rig. Lee, your wish is my command. There you go, Lee. Cheers, man. Awesome. So we have Kelly. Sounds great, buddy. How many guitars do you own? Oh my goodness, that is a hard question to answer. Now, I own quite a few guitars that I've kind of collected over the years. Some very nice, some not so nice. I would say all in all, I think I have about 20 guitars. Yeah, I have, and I wish I had them all right here. I would show you them, but let me try and think about it. Most of them are Gibsons. I have the original Old Glory, a copy of that Old Glory. I have my signature Les Paul Custom, the Old Glory from Epiphone. I have a very, very nice 59 Les Paul reissue. I have a B.B. King Lucille. I got a lot of different things I'm looking at right now. Old Red, 1956 Les Paul Jr. named Charlie. I have quite a few guitars, but I would say about 20 of them, and they're all like my children. I can't pick I have a few favorites, but you know, I love them all. So thanks for that question, Kelly. GP, hey Jared, do you think Gibson will issue a signature guitar in the near future? We'll keep it a secret between all of us, right? The Epi Old Glory is killer too. GP, I have some very cool news for you coming out soon. We have a lot of exciting works happening with Gibson, more exciting works with Epiphone, a ton of different stuff that's coming out. So stay tuned for that. I can't tell anything just yet. I am sworn to secrecy. But yes, some very cool stuff will be happening, brother. Pascal, Threw Me to the Wolves is a great track. Well done. Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Lee's got it. Awesome, dude. Thank you, brother. Hey, guys, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone that's here. We're checking out right now my brand new signature JJN20. Just riffing on it, man. Guys, you'll have to go check these out at Hurricane Music. I'm sure Pascal is going to have some down there. Got to go check out my brand new signature, JJN20. This is Old Glory, guys. I'm going to bring out one other cool guitar that I have sitting here that I want to show you guys, and we'll hear how that one sounds. Check this out. This one I affectionately call Charlie. This is a 1956 all-original Gibson Les Paul Jr. There it is. Everything about it, she's been played, but this is my favorite. This is the best Les Paul Jr. I've ever played, and I'm so proud to play it, man. I got this and Old Red from a great friend of mine from the Les Paul Forum, Charlie Daughtry, and I love these guitars so much. I play them every day. I don't look at them, I play them, so it's very awesome. All right, what do we got? E-Rock says, how many amps do I own? You're going to be surprised, not many amps do I own. I have my signature JJN20 stacks. This is my latest acquisition. And then I have some amps that Blackstar. I really only own Blackstar amps. I have, let me see, I have a Artist 30 that I love. I use that when I toured all around the world with Zakk Wylde. That's a beautiful amp. What else do I have? I'm looking at them right now. I have Artist 10, which is amazing, that complements this amp so well. It's only 10 watts in a combo setting. And then I have, what is that one? That's a Club 50, which is a little higher wattage just in case I need it. So I have a Club 50 when I need it. yeah, I only own about 4 or 5 amps. Nothing crazy. They take up a lot of room. Guitars are easier because guitars, you can put them in the case. They don't take up as much room. Let's see. Yes. Sounds great, rock on. Thank you, Denny. Yes, play them. Collecting is whack. Yeah, for real. I just love to play my guitars. You know, I'm not a collector by any means. It's awesome to have vintage, real, genuine 50s Gibsons. This is a crazy thing to me, but it's crazy because not only is it always, it's not about money, it's about the sound, it's about how they shaped music. You pick these up, it's like you're picking up a time machine, which is so awesome to me. And this guitar right here, this one has a ghost in it. Every time I play it, it surprises me. And they stay in tune so well. And I initially, when I got these guitars from my friend Charlie, I thought that I would kind of have to baby them. I thought I'd have to be like really careful with them. But the reality is, you guys, these guitars want to be played. They don't want to be stuck behind glass. These things want to be played. Check this one out. Love them. Awesome. Love the wraparound bridge. Steep angle though. How do they intonate? Great question, Gary. They intonate pretty well. Now I have some older strings on these ones, but for me as a player, I love what Gary's talking about. Anyone that doesn't know is these wraparound bridges, and a lot of times people are leery of them and P90 pickups because the pickups buzz and they don't intonate absolutely correctly. But what I've noticed with this guitar, as well as Red, the 53 standard, they intonate incredibly well. If I sit here, I don't know if your camera, if you can hear that. And I'm the kind of player anyways that always puts a little vibrato on my single notes, so. But honestly, these guitars, they play fantastic all the way up and down the neck. I am not a crazy player that demands perfect intonation up. Like I said, I'm very much all about the spirit of them. And I feel like these wrap tails, they react differently with your picking. And you'll notice I don't use a pick, so when I'm playing, I'm feeling all the notes. There's a cool, I really like the tension that it gives. I feel like it's a really nice angle for my picking, where I can do almost finger picking stuff like this, where I can do like a... It just feels really... Just really comfortable all the way up and down the neck, and I love it. Guys, another thing going on this, the P90 pickups. Now these are original from the 50s, but in my signature model I have Seymour Duncan's. Don't be afraid of P90 pickups. They sound fantastic. I always tell people when they think about P90s, yes, they buzz, that's okay, but the reality is they're single coils, so they retain that quacky Strat Telly thing. You know, they can shimmer, but they can also get big and thick like a humbucker. So if you sit there and you kind of go, you heard me doing more of that chicken picking stuff. Turn out. Very quacky, but then if I turn the volume all the way up. That thickness. One of my biggest heroes of guitar is Leslie West, and he played a 56 Junior like this. So for me, it's just a joy to play this guitar. So inspiring. Lee says, love you play without a pick. By the way, me too. Awesome, man. Yeah, I love it. I love to feel the notes. And the real reason, too, is because I write with my left hand. So the pick, I could never do it, man. I could never do it. Gary, great explanation. Cheers from the UK. Thanks, Gary. It's one of those things, as you know, my friend, like you have to try it and feel what works best for you as a player. A lot of people won't get on with a wrap tail bridge, and that's okay. But I found for me that the variation in the tension and everything like that, it really worked out. So cheers, Gary. I hope you're doing well, man. Sean, dude, you rock. I'm pulling the trigger on your combo. I'm close to pulling the trigger. Dig your attitude. Sean, I thought it said I'm pulling the trigger on your combo. Dig your attitude. Thank you, Sean. I'm just here having fun, man, trying to spread the good word of everything I love about guitar. I'm happy to be doing this. This is awesome, man. So thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you're digging it. Andres, hey, Jared. Hey, buddy. Pascal says, I just love single P90 guitars. We know you do. We know this. Anyone that knows you knows that. Some of your demos sold me, this is Dave Sears saying, some of your demos sold me on an Artist 15. Love this combo, man. You're making me think I need a P90 guitar to supplement my Strat. Dave, not a bad idea, my friend. Listen, you can get all the sounds out of any guitar you want with your imagination, of course. But there's something special about these P90 guitars. That's what I was drawn to, was the fact that I could get those kind of shimmery, you know, I could... Very clear, there's a lot of clarity, but then like I said, and especially when you add some girth to them, you start to get that. They have such an attitude and such a bark to them that's super cool. That's what I love about P90s too. With this amp I was talking about earlier was the Celestion speaker. It's the GT1275, and I never knew a lot about speakers. I didn't know this one compared to this, but when we were doing the signature amp, I could tell the difference right away. And this speaker has a characteristic of a lot of mids. So I feel like the P90 really thrives with a lot of mids. It sounds very strong. It sticks out of the mix. And it's just a really cool, unique sound. Awesome. How long did it take to be comfortable? Hey, Nathan. Nathan's asking, how long did it take to be comfortable with transitioning from using picks to fingers? Well, I used a pick for about 2 to almost 3 years straight. And I always would flirt around with a pick in my finger, so like a hybrid picking. So I did that right away. But I just love the sound of the fingers. So what really took the time was understanding what parts of the fingers to pick with. So I don't use any nails. I focus on the corners of these fingers, right? So my thumb, 99% of the time is going down, right? My thumb is my thumb's like a big fat pick. My index always pulls up, my middle and my ring always pull up. That's how I get those more of those plucky percussive sounds when I'm slapping the string against the fret. You get that very snappy sound. Of course, I was listening to Albert King, so he's... I heard Jeff Beck, you know. I was listening to Mark Knopfler, of course, Derek Trucks, all these different players. And the thing that I noticed was when I was using my fingers, I could feel every note, and they had almost a percussive, kind of, dare I say, like a human quality to them, because the dynamics change so much with every way I pick them. So if you hear me playing more bluesy stuff, really adjusting that control, the dynamic. Different dynamics. So it takes time, but like anything, if you really work at it, of course, I was playing and working at that for about 12 hours a day for years, you know, just crazy in my bedroom, in the practice room, just trying to work on that. So, but thank you for that question, man. Pascal 50 Jr. is my holy grail. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. It is clear that P90 sounds death as well when you caress the strings and when you enter it like crazy. Yeah, it has a very cool dynamic from, if I don't know if the camera's picking this up well, but you can literally just sit. Nice and sweet sound. I can roll back on the tone a little bit. And that's the great part about this amp is the fact that you have all that dynamics without having to switch everything all the time. And then I can turn it all the way up. It's a beautiful thing, guys. Awesome. Chris is saying, most of the old blues guys do not use a pick. It sounds so much deeper. It does, Chris, and that was one of the big things, man. I was hearing all those guys play, and the common denominator with a lot of my favorite guitar players was they weren't using a pick, which is awesome. And it's such a cool different variants, especially nowadays, because there's so many people that have developed different techniques, and I still think one of the most natural and most solid ones is playing without a pick. Of course, there's a lot of things you can't do without using a pick, you know, certain, especially chug rhythms and certain things like that. But you find a way to adapt around everything and kind of make it your own, which is great. So, cheers, man. Kyle Hardy's saying, use relatively low output P90s, correct? Recently got a single P90 guitar, but it's somewhat high output. It doesn't quite get the tone in my head. I'm used to a low output tele pickup. Thinking about switching to a low output P90 like an Antiquity. P.S. I use the same figure style as you and Andy Martin. I played bass for years before transitioning to Garnet, and pick just doesn't feel organic. Awesome. Kyle, thank you so much, man. Yes, I use very low output P90s. What I found with the P90s is the lower the output, and honestly, I got this from playing a lot of older Les Pauls, is noticing how low the output is on those old pickups. So when you get like a real 50s PAF, a lot of times, 9 times out of 10, they're never much more than 8K output. So on Old Red and on this Junior, very low output. And that's just naturally how they are. And over time, right? Over time, those magnets, they get weaker. But what that does is it brings out a lot more overtones and a lot more warmth and characteristics that you don't get in such high output pickups. What I notice with the higher output pickups, especially P90s, is there's a lot more buzz to them. They just seem to be, of course, a lot more alive, a lot more active. But what that does in turn is it's forcing the notes on you. What happens a lot now when people have high output pickups is those notes are forced. There's no like caress, there's no subtlety to the overtone. I know I'm getting deep, but yes, I use low output P90s. It helps with a lot of the buzz, and the notes bloom a lot more. So even right now, guys, I'm at a super low volume at home. I'm still able to get tone. Yes, so low output. So Kyle, thank you so much, brother. Because of the weight difference, I'm assuming your signature model is heavier than your Junior. Robert Testnet, yes, it definitely is. My signature model, which I just got done playing before, Old Glory, it's a little heavier. It's not crazy amount heavier. This Old Glory is actually pretty lightweight. This Junior, you can tell is some very lightweight mahogany. I noticed that with a lot of the older ones is the wood is a lot lighter. But also, guys, I think a lot of that has to deal with the fact, too, that over time, wood dries out, right? So with a lot of these old guitars, you're getting a super resonant, drier piece of wood. Now this guitar, it's pretty light. Not as light as the Junior, but Old Red especially, a very, very light Les Paul. And I don't think that it maybe started its life as super light, you know, and I'm not trying to say it lost weight over time, but you can feel when the wood dries out a little bit and it gets a little bit more of a tone wood and it resonates a little more. And I think that's what happened. Definitely. What do we got? Rodrigo says, great technique without a pick. It gives you so much power and versatility. How do you feel that the amp helps get better tones with your fingers? Sounds warm. Thank you, brother. So the way that this amp helps is, first off, they let me kind of voice it the way I wanted to, which was very modern, fresh articulation. So the notes, when you hit them, they had a hit right at the top. You know, not everything is soft and, you know, talking about these low output pickups, but I was able to voice it to the way that I liked my guitars to attack to it. So this amp, I found that the EL84s, very awesome for a 20 watt. You can just keep turning it up, and instead of getting hissy or sputtery, it just continues to bloom until the point where it's all the way up and it's just singing. So the reality is, with the amp, with this speaker, this combination, I felt like it gave me the maximum warmth, fat tone, but also clarity that I need, especially for me as a musician in a trio, fronting my own trio. I want to have it where I can play huge, big chords or back it off, play some chicken picking stuff, to violin-like lead craziness, and all the way back. So it really covers the scope for me, and I just love it, man. I think you should try one. Kyle, thanks for getting deep. Love getting advice from a personal guitar hero. Cheers, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, that's it, you know. Honestly, thank you, Hurricane Music, for having me. I'm glad you guys chimed in. We had some questions. This is awesome. Guys, Pascal, thank you guys so much, man. Go check this out. Check this out at Hurricane Music. Or if you're not in France, over by Hurricane and the guys, go check it out somewhere else. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. You can catch me all over the internet. If you're on Instagram, at Jared James Nichols, Facebook at Jared James Nichols. I have records out on Spotify. Anywhere you listen to music, go check that stuff out. It would mean a ton to me. I'm going to jam it out, and we're going to get out of here. And I hope everyone's safe, happy, and healthy. And I'm going to take Charlie for a little spin, and I will see you guys very soon. So thank you so much. Yes, thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Guys, let's take our quick virtual tour. I do this at the end of them all now. Check this out. Here we go. So here it is. Come on, baby. What do we got? What do we got? Not now, not now. There we go. There's Charlie. Old Red. And Old Glory. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. The new signature JJN20 112. I hope everyone has a great day, a great night, wherever you are. Cheers, everybody. See you later.